kind of have a scientific experiment. I'm not sure if you'd call it that exactly, but we are going to do throughout the show today, talking about alcohol consumption and maybe how little it takes for anybody to get to 0.08 and possibly what it would take to get up to 0.164. We were told that normal consumption would be a shot and then one highball every half hour, and see how it goes. So myself and Meg Morrison will do it. Robin Brownlee will be sober as a judge monitoring the festivities today. Now, it is 3:05, and so basically at 3:05 and then at 3:35, 4:05, Meg and myself have to do a shot. This is going to be gross. I don't think I've ever done a shooter in the afternoon.
Yeah, right.
All right. Oof.
Tasty. Oh. Yeah, it does seem too early to be drinking.
Yeah, so I guess it's for science, so we'll do it. 3:23, Gregor and Brownlee with you. Meg Morrison also here. You're already done your drink. Wow.
That's because, do you know what this feels like? When you get an ultrasound, you have to drink like 6 glasses of water before you go. This is what this feels like because it's like forced drinking. It's not just doing it on your own time. So I figured I'd get a head start because I'll just keep getting full.
Okay, sure. We'll go to traffic and return on Edmonton Sports Radio, Team 1260.
With your Team 1260 traffic, here's Shane Blakely.
And we should remind everyone that we've had a lot of emails and questions. And so what we're doing today is just doing a little experiment on how quick it will take you after consuming a few drinks to blow over the limit, 0.08. And what we're doing is we're having a shot of Jäger. It's disgusting. At 3:05, then at 3:35, then basically on every half hour. And in between then, we're having a highball, Bacardi, limon, and water.
So end of the show, it's 12 drinks total. But
I don't honestly, I don't know if you could make it.
Oh, no, I won't do 12. There's no way I'll do 12.
Like your face is a little red already.
I know. And okay, we just did the breathalyzer.
We just did the breathalyzer.
And I'm twice as much as you are after having 3 drinks.
And we're only about 55 pounds difference.
Yeah.
Right? You're already twice as much as me.
Yeah. So Gregor came in at 0.012 and I'm 0.026.
I'm going to be very curious. I think that jumps up incrementally. I can't even say that word.
Incrementally?
Yeah, that's right. Sorry.
There you go.
I'm not going to use big words the rest of the show.
With your Team 1260 traffic, here's Shane Blakely.
4:44. We got to go to a break because when we come back, we have to do a new breathalyzer. 4:50 Wednesday afternoon on Edmonton Sports Radio, Team 1260. I'm Jason Gregor along with Robin Brownlee, Meg Morrison. Matt Awanek, really, when we say running the show, I can say today he is literally running the show.
I have never been more mad at Matt in my life.
You were taking too long to do the traffic.
No, I think this is...
He stole it from me.
But it's a great example, right? Like, Matt's actually never drank in his life. He said he's had like 1 or 2 beers, right?
It's not like I never drink, but I don't drink much. It's
okay.
Pretty rare.
And so out of the traffic, your reaction time was a good 7 seconds. Matt was already done when you decided that it was for your time. You blew over.
Yeah.
No, you blew over.
I'm over now.
Right? You're over. We've been doing this for less than 2 hours, and you're already like you're legally over, and you're probably morally way over.
I really wanted to say the traffic, though.
Yeah, see, that shows how inebriated you are at this point.
And he stole it from me.
Yeah. Imagine that. 7 seconds sitting here knowing you had to do it. Imagine what it would be if you were driving when you're going 60K an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
There's no way even after the 3 drinks that I had that I would have drove.
Yeah.
I was well beyond, even though I hadn't even reached the legal limit. So it just shows like Matt's been trying to lower that limit for years, and it should be lowered because after 3, there's no way I should have drove.
Well, really, after like 1.5, like the tamale cheeks were out on you, the giggles were happening.
Keep in mind too,
you had to leave the room.
This
because
is
you were
3
laughing.
within an hour that we had.
Yeah, no,
to
fair
start
enough.
off with.
But,
so it's very compressed time.
But for most people out there listening, if they were honest with themselves and said, okay, if I'm going out on a Friday night or I go out for drinks after work with my friends, how many people have went out for drinks after work with their friends? They get there at 5:30, they sit down, they have a beer or they have a highball. And the interesting thing is, they say it's 1.5 ounces of a highball is equivalent to 1 beer. Think about that. We've been having 1 ounces of highballs. Imagine if we were having 1.5 ounces, we'd be way over. So think about that for a second for the people that have 3 beers and then think, well, okay, you know what? It's 7:30 at night. And I'm not saying you're completely out of your mind, but your reaction time is different. And that was something that we didn't plan. It just reinforced when everyone says your reaction time is that much shorter, and you proved it right there.
Can I say something about the 2 of you not taking part in the drinking part of the experiment? You both looked different and sounded different to me after the first couple of drinks. And
well, because I'll be honest, I have never been more nervous to host my show than I was today. I was stressed out.
Me too, because you don't know. Obviously, there's a filter that we have. It's kind of like the parent filter that you have when you first meet somebody's parents, and you're like, "Oh, hi, it's nice to meet you," and you kind of put on the brave face and the polite person, and that's kind of what you have to do right now. Because sure, during commercial, I may be saying things that I wouldn't say on the air. However, while we're on the air, you have to be very careful not to say those things.
I've got to let you know that Truck Stop Meg has taken over the radio booth.
Seriously, do you always have to bring profanity to when you drink?
No, I don't think that happened. I'm just saying you have to put on the parent voice.
And your characterization of Jason's breathalyzer was...
I've never actually blown into a breathalyzer.
He can't do it properly.
And I
He's
screwed the
blowing
machine
too
up
hard.
twice. Yeah, well, I didn't know what the level of blowing is in a breathalyzer. I've never done it. Have you? Like, honestly, have you ever done a breathalyzer?
Yes.
Yeah. And the first time you did it, did you blow perfectly?
It was at a career day.
You guys are so immature right now. Like, that's...
What?
I'm just saying that Gregor can't blow properly.
Into a breathalyzer. Let's just clarify that for a second.
This one is all mine. With your Team 1260 traffic, here's Shane Blakely.
5:06 Wednesday afternoon. How are you? I'll be honest to say that I've never felt like this hosting my show. Meg Morrison blew over before... Actually, she blew over at 1 hour and 45 minutes with only having 6 drinks.
Okay, it's time for our shot, though, before that breathalyzer.
Okay.
We're overdue for our 5:05 shot. And every time I get it down my face. Really? Oh, I made a mess.
Seriously, you're intoxicated right now. And it's only, and I'm not mocking Meg, because it's seriously, this is a real serious experiment. We're trying to show people how quickly, because in the first hour, in the first 45 minutes, when Meg did her first reading, it was only 0.026, which is way under. In 1 hour after that, she went from 0.026 all the way up to 0.091. Massive increase that quickly. Meg just blew 0.143 after 9 drinks. I blew 0.092.
The question I would ask, Meg, do you feel like you're able to do things like,
I'll say no right off the bat.
Hey, Spec.
If you walk past me on the street, would I know for sure that you're just gunned right now?
Just based on the smile on my face, like I have the giggles going on right now, and I can't stop smiling. So I would say that, yes, you would know, as a matter of fact, that I am drunk
See,
right
Spec,
now.
you know what's interesting? I thought your question was going to be, if I walk by you right now, Meg, would I look attractive? And my point is right now,
yes.
Meg has beer goggles to the nth degree. You would look like George Clooney right now, Spec.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And I think it's fair to say that Meg, and she's been like this way for probably over an hour. She even said after 45 minutes when she did 2 shots and it shows, there's no way I'd even think of driving then. That's in 45 minutes.
Well, and it was such a short amount of time that, I'm trying not to slur right now, but yeah, there's no way I could drive right now.
I've never had a breathalyzer. And I suck at doing it. Trust me. I have to redo it 3 times. You have to blow in a constant motion. I don't even know what the hell that means.
Well, you blow too hard.
Yeah. So don't ever repeat that. The point is, it's something that. Why are you laughing? Don't try to hold your laughter in at the end of this. But my point is, in all seriousness, that I think 0.08 for a lot of people, when they try to argue even 0.08. I think what we're showing today is 0.08. If you're arguing that, you're a buffoon. We did it today to try to raise awareness. Raise awareness. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy, I apologize. Just for anybody out there, we're doing this for an experiment, and I apologize for the amount that I've consumed today. So I apologize if any of the words don't come out completely clear. Anyway, it's 5:24. Spec, I will talk to you 100% sober tomorrow. I swear to God.
Yeah, I can at least say that there's been one day on this show when I've been the sober one.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Spector.
Yeah.
Mark Spector, 5:24. When we come back, Retribution on the line on Edmonton Sports Radio, Team 1260.
Oh, this is where it comes in. Team 1260 traffic is right. See,
Brought to you
Gregor's
by
laughing.
the camera with a Nikon S4000 camera with 4x zoom and 3-inch touchscreen. A sale priced at $149. Here's Shane Blakely.
5:30 on Edmonton Sports Radio, Team 1260. I'm Jason Gregor. Meg Morrison's here. Matt Iwanik's here. Our boss, This is how you know that the show might go off the rails, because our boss, Ross McLeod, who came up with this great idea, is the one who's still sitting here in studio making sure that we're okay, which is probably borderline right now. Now, for those who are just joining us and you're wondering, wow, Gregor, you sound like an idiot. What? Are you training me, Matt?
I didn't mean to. Click the wrong button.
Wow, I don't know if that's probably like one of those subliminal messages that you're sending me right
We
now.
just still got a half hour for the train.
Yeah, we do have a half hour for the train. Meg Morrison, by the way, the last time we checked was at .143. And for her, she's 5'9", 145 pounds, only 9 drinks. That was in an hour. Actually, she was over the limit in less than an hour at .097. And then here's the interesting thing. She went from .097 all the way up to .143 in a span of 30 minutes. So that's what we're trying to prove to everybody out there today, is how quickly it can hit you. It's not a funny thing. I know we probably sound stupid at this point, but it's not something to joke about. And that's the whole point of what we're doing today. It's 5:43. Thank goodness the show is almost over. I will not lie. I have never been more happy to want to finish my show. I have tried so hard without success to try to sound somewhat coherent today. I've never, and I can say this in 100% honesty, I never have had a bottle of Viagra and a bottle of Bacardi Limon in studio with me, ever, on location, wherever I'm at. We're doing this to just try to raise awareness of how easily and how quickly you can become legally impaired. Meg Morrison, in a span of a half an hour.
And we're about to do our test again in about 40 seconds.
We'll do it right during the break. You went from .097 to .143. I went from .055 all the way up to .092. 5:45 will return on Edmonton Sports Radio, Team 1260.
With your Team 1260 traffic, here's Shane Blakely.
5:50 Wednesday afternoon. Jason Gregor Show on the Team 1260, Edmonton Sports Radio. Yeah, that's right. I'm talking deeper because I'm trying to talk slower to sound more coherent.
But
Yes.
okay, seeing as how this is the end of the show, you might as well do one more blow. I've got it all set up for you.
Well, I don't know if I can I do a breathalyzer on air? It sounds really stupid. Because honestly,
Especially because
I'll
you
be
blow
honest,
too hard every time.
I've never done a breathalyzer. I'm telling you right now, if you were intoxicated, like this thing's hard, you would probably have to do it 5 or 6 times.
No, I've never had a problem with it. You just keep blowing like you're pretending to be the wind. Oh, he turns his mic off to do this so you can't hear him do it?
So that was successful.
Okay, we'll see what that comes up as. Because we're almost done the show. And then we'll
See,
do,
here's my
one
latest
more for
reading.
me.
This is 3 hours, people. I'm at .142 at 5:53. That's 11 drinks. .142. Like, I feel completely bombed. I'm sure I sound completely bombed, and I apologize for that. I'm not doing this to make a mockery of anything. We're doing it in kind of a serious nature. It's hard to be serious when Morrison is like laughing like a 5-year-old girl right now.
And I have reached the status. .181.
You're at 181?
That changed quite a bit in like 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah. And I bet you if I were to do it 10 minutes from now, it would be way more than that because it still hasn't hit me completely.
Okay, but you should be like legally dead right now.
No, that's not legally dead. Because what was...
I don't
Abby
know what it
Bullen was
was.
1.6.
Yeah,
Abby
but-
Bullen was .164.
Yeah, I know what it was. But
And there's no way I would have drank after .2 that I was at because I was already feeling the effects of it. But yeah, right now I'm at .181.
okay, well, so less than 3 hours. I'm at .1. What did I say? 143?
143.
143. Yikes. Think about that for you guys driving home, or girls, because girls like to party as much as guys. We're all even in this. We're in a very equality type of country that we live in right now. Most of you out there driving home, you're lying if you tell me, oh, I've never done it, Gregor. No, I'm Mr. Responsible. You're full of you know what. And even in this state, I wouldn't swear. But normally I would. But at that state, because I'm on air and I can't, so I won't. But you know what word I was going to say.
It's because you have your parents' voice on. In all honesty, like I'm slurring quite a bit right now. I have to commend you because you are doing a great job of keeping it together at this point in the game.
In an hour, I went from being Mr. I Can Drive to being completely Mr. Loser. I would crash into a fire hydrant. In an hour. We love Edmonton. We want everyone to be here. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be diehard sports, but think about it for a moment. On behalf of Meg Morrison, and thank you very much, Matt Iwanek, for keeping us in line. My apologies if I sound a little bit inebriated. It's Ross McLeod, my boss's fault, because we did it for an experiment, and I'm very happy I did it, and I'm somewhat humbled by the fact of, wow, you can get drunk much more faster than I ever thought you could. Have a great night. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
With your Team 1260 traffic, here's Shane Blakely. Traffic, here's Shane Blakely. Traffic, here's